We are delighted to have Brian Alarid with us here today. He's with Passion Church, but also has a new organization that he is pioneering. Brian, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Tell us just a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your church.
Well, my wife and I have been married for 16 years, Mercy, and we have 3 beautiful children, Chloe and Colin and Lauren Nicole. And we started Passion Church, April will be 7 years. We started in a friend's house. And 10 people gave their life to Christ in the house the very first Sunday. Wow. And God keeps doing that, keeps touching souls. And so we're excited. We're in the middle of a campaign, hopefully to get our own building. And we've been portable for 7 years, so excited about that. And, last October, just my wife came to me, Mercy, and she just said, babe, I think it's time to start our own media company. And when I went to Bible college when I was 17, in my first week there, they said, hey, we need a graphic designer. Can you do it? I was like, well, I've never done graphic design, but you're good with computers. Well, being good with computers and graphic design are two different things. Yeah. And so I started out doing that, desktop publishing, and I ended up running their publishing house for about 10 years and traveling to Germany and Italy, India, South America, publishing and marketing. And so that's been my background for the last 21 years. I've been doing media and ministry. Wow. And my first love is the local church, but I also see that the local church can benefit from better media because Jesus was a storyteller. He was a master storyteller. And everything that we do, our media, our website, our bulletins, how the building looks is telling a story. And you never get a second chance at a first impression.
That's true.
And today, the front door of the church is the website. It's not the front doors of the church where there's greeters there. 80% of people will check out your website of your church before they come to the door. And so, it's so powerful to use great media to tell a great story about who you are, your company. And so we've just found that in life, whoever tells the best story wins. That's in awesome. Politics, in entertainment, in ministry, in business, whoever's telling the best story wins. And that's why Apple's been so successful. They tell a great story. Google tells a great story. McDonald's, you're loving it. And they tell great stories. And so really life, we decided that we want to start a company that we're a group of artists and storytellers. And that's what we do. We tell stories through media, through branding, through marketing, through publishing, and also through entertainment.
That's awesome.
What kind of services will you be offering?
We're a full-service media company, so websites, graphic design. We just designed a couple of corporate identities. So that's your logo, your motto, your slogan, your identity, one cohesive design. So what happens a lot of times for churches and businesses is you start out with an idea, someone develops it, then you pay your nephew to do something else, and then you pay, next door neighbor to do your $50 website, and it's not a cohesive design. And it affects, there's real science behind that, how people interpret all those different images and concepts. And so, if you go to your website and it says, we're a church, we're all about people. Yeah. And they come to church and the bulletin says, we're a mission-driven church. Oh, okay, we're about mission. And then, the pastor gets up and says, there's one thing that our church does, and it's worship.
Okay.
And so maybe they do all those things. You are a worship church. You are about mission. And you are all about people. But for people, they're interpreting all that, and they don't know what it is, but it doesn't stick. They're going, I'm not really sure what this church is all about. I'm not really sure what this company is all about. That's why companies and businesses that do it really well, it's real simple. You go to Google, it's one screen. You go to Apple, it's a static website. And what you can go to their iPod, you go to their iPad, you can go to their iPhone, you can get their iMacs, And that's what we're trying to do, just help people design full-service media. So logos, letterhead, business, TV, production, editing.
So when someone comes to you, you got to get to know them, right? Know what they're all about.
Yeah.
And then you help them create.
Yeah. So what we do is a 1 hour, either through phone or sit down if they're here local. Sit down for an hour with our creative team. Just get to know them. And say, what's your heart? What's your idea? What's your mission? What's your vision? How can we help you tell a better story about that? We're not trying to change your story or your product, but just help you communicate that in a way that's very effective, it's cohesive and appealing to people, because people are visual.
Yes.
My generation is the MTV generation. We grew up, and the next generation is the YouTube generation and Google generation, and so and everybody has their iPhone. My daughter's 9 and her friends have iPhones, and Daddy, can I have an iPhone? Not yet. You can have an iPod, but that's about it. And so it's very visual society, and so helping tell better stories, better images, and so.
If a church came to you, Brian, and said, okay, we want you to design a full package, what kind of costs are we talking about?
Yeah. We have a package that's for small businesses, also for churches and ministries. It includes, your logo, your corporate design, your motto, your trademark, your letterhead, your business cards, your brochure, your postcard, marketing campaign. and social media integration, how to integrate that into Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, how to integrate all that. Because a lot of times you go to a church and you go to their Facebook page and it's like 2 different designs. You're like, am I at the same church? I don't even know if this is the same church. How to integrate all that, how to get your search engine optimization. And so that's about an $8,000 package. If you purchase them all separately, it's about $11,000. But if you purchase it all together, but we offer churches and ministries and nonprofits a 10% nonprofit discount. We like to sow a seed, a tithe back into their ministry. So
that's good. Now your business name is Sakal.
Sakal Media.
Does it have a significant meaning to you?
You know, it does. Sakal is a Hebrew word.
Okay.
And so when I was praying about starting a company, I wanted either a Greek name like Nike. You know, no one ever heard of a Nike. It's a Greek word. It means victory, you know.
I thought that was a shoe word.
You thought that was a shoe? Yeah. And so I wanted either a Greek word or, a Hebrew word. And so I was praying, I was meditating, and researching great iconic companies. They're one name, Kodak, which didn't mean anything. He made that up. His name was Eastman, but he invented the name Kodak, made it up. He liked the K, thought that was strong. Google is an invented name. Nike is a Greek word. And so I wanted a one-word company, simple 5 letters, and I was praying, and I heard God say to me, Joshua 1:8, do not let this book of the law depart from your mouth, but meditate on it day and night, so you become successful and prosperous in everything you do. And the Hebrew word there for successful, sakal. And it's a Hebrew word that means to be prudent, to be wise, to be expert, skillful in all knowledge and understanding, and successful. And then in Daniel chapter 1, it talks about Daniel and his 3 Hebrew friends. And it says that they were more skillful in all wisdom and knowledge and understanding than all their Babylonian counterparts. And because of that, God, Nebuchadnezzar elevated them above all their counterparts. And that's the word sakal, expert, skillful. And so we wanted to create a company that helps make wise decisions for our clients, create smart, intelligent media solutions to help them succeed beyond their wildest dreams. So yeah, it's very personal to me. It means a lot to me.
That's awesome.
So
that is good.
it came out of prayer. I didn't go to Google and choose a name that sounded cool. It came through prayer. So
That's a God thing.
Incentives for our ministries to do this. What kind of incentives do you have? What kind of things would you tell someone if you're trying to sell them the media package?
Yeah. Well, what I want to do today, Pastor, is anyone who's watching this program, and I know you have a big audience and a beautiful new set, amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And it's such an honor to be here, but a 20% discount to anyone who sees this program and calls in. You can call 888-550-2483 or go to our website, sakalmedia.com, and they can get a 20% discount for saying they saw us today.
Wow,
On
okay.
Spectrum. And so
that's a good...
So that's a good incentive.
Incentive,
And,
sure is.
But churches are... For me, I find most churches and most pastors really love God. They love people, but a lot of times they're not good at communicating what it is they're trying to do. So people come in and they feel love, they hear the gospel preached, but sometimes they're not clear about where is this church going, who are they, and where would I fit into this? How would I fit into this picture? And so we want to help churches and ministries, businesses, companies, and Romans 12 it says, whatever your gift is, do that. If your gift is serving, serve. If your gift is giving, give. If your gift is leadership, lead with all diligence. And so I just always believe that we should lead from a place of strength. Not everybody can't do everything. Right. You're not good at everything. God didn't design anyone. We all need each other. We need the body.
Right.
And so, when we're sick, when I had pneumonia a couple years ago, I had West Nile virus. I've been through a few things. I didn't try and medicate myself. I went to my doctor.
Yes.
When your tooth goes, you go to the dentist. When your dog gets sick, earthworms, hopefully you don't operate on yourself, poor dog, you take them to the vet, right? So you go to professionals. And so I think it's the same with media. A lot of times churches think, well, we know somebody, we have a volunteer who can do this, but you get volunteer quality work. And so I think if you're going to pay money to a doctor or a dentist or a vet, or a mechanic to fix your car, that it's the same with media. Get the very best that you can get, that you can afford. Because it makes a difference, it makes an impact on people.
Well, you get what you pay for, people say, right?
You get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for.
So what you're really telling everybody today is you need a professional company.
Yes.
You do.
You need someone that's been doing this. And you've been doing this for how long now?
21 years. I'm 38. I know I look 28.
You
But
do.
I've been doing it for 21
More like
years.
18, Brian.
Yeah. I think that makes a difference. I think it makes a difference, when people see something that's, you can go to a company here in town, and get a $20 logo, a $50 logo. You choose one of their 100 icons, but chances are 20 other companies have that same logo. It's not distinctive. It's not unique. It doesn't really tell a great story about your company. And so hearing people and help them build a custom identity for who they are, their company, where they want to go. And, so I had a client 2 weeks ago say, here's my name, here's my company, here's what I want to do. And I said, that company name sounds pretty familiar. You sure no one else already has that name? I said, I don't think so. So, okay. Have you done a trademark search? No, what's that? Well, you got to search. Someone might already have that name. You can't just take somebody else's name, you know. And so we did a trademark search, 17 different companies nationally, 2 locally in Albuquerque had the same exact name.
Wow.
And so I said, you could have started that company, built a big, printed all your letterhead and your logo, and then got sued and shut down. And he's opening a new storefront. So I said, but we found another name for your company. We did a national trademark search. You get a national trademark on this name. You can do business in 50 states in America with this name. So that's what we provide, a little bit different, you know. I mean, and,
Brian, it's been great to have you here today. Again, tell people how they can find you.
Yeah, go to Sakal Media, SAKAL media.com, and check us out for a free quote, or call us at 888-550-2483.
Well,
So good to have you, and let Mercy know we missed her today.
I sure will. Thank you so much.
Sorry that she's not well, but we'll be praying for her, and we'll be praying for your new church venture too, as you
Thank you,
move
Pastor.
out of being portable into being something that is less portable that you have to set up every week.
Yeah, I hope
God,
so, yeah.
God bless you, Brian. Have a great
Bless you,
week
thank
and
you.
a great day in the Lord Jesus Christ. I know He's going to bless your ministry.
Thank you.
Spectrum, a community affairs program hosted by Raymond Franks and Ruth and Sarah Franks. Spectrum deals with issues that affect our communities, our cities, our government, and our world. Spectrum covers topics such as health, technology, food, cultures, governments, and more. If you have a product or service that you feel would benefit our community and would like to be a guest on Spectrum, please call KAZQ TV32 at 505-88